Okay then, Adam, so what fly did you draw this weekend then?
I don't know what you're trying to say there. I put it down to good presentation and superior feeding.
Okay, where did you go then? Where did you go this weekend? Where did you headed off to?
I went to Oaks on Ash Beach and Sycamore. I've been quite a few times this year actually, and to be honest, most people will have heard of it. Weights are massive there, but this year it's been a little bit slower. I say slower, like £200 plus still wins every match.
Yeah.
But because there's more anglers on, the weights are down, the fishing's been really good. You're never out of it, really good run and you're back.
Yeah.
And this week I drew my usual flyer, pegged 23 on beach, which people don't normally want beach to be honest, but this year with the weights down a bit, it's been a very good lake. The fish are a bit bigger, you don't need to catch as many.
Okay.
And obviously look at the weather now, red hot on Sunday.
Yeah, so with the fish up in the water and ready to be mugged, or when you got there, or?
Exactly, mugging to start with. Caught a few on that. Well,
so how many fish could you see in front of you then before the start of the match? How many? Got any idea?
All of them. No, there was a lot. I wouldn't say they were like sat in front of me, but they were swimming past constantly, all over the lake to be honest, ball waving about. Started off mugging, I caught maybe £60 in the first hour. Second hour, probably another £50–60. Really good start. They were hard to catch to be honest, because when you can see them, generally you can get your bait exactly where you want. But because these were ball waving about, you found yourself guessing a little bit. So I missed loads, but obviously big enough that I could just plod along, kept catching them.
So after 2 hours, did you feel as if you were in front with the anglers around you?
Yeah, the lake didn't seem great, and there was a few anglers around me. Tony Robertson was to my right, who I've known since I was a little kid, to be honest, so we had a bit of a laugh, and Gandhi, who works at the fishery, was opposite. So we had a bit of a laugh, and I could obviously see them, and they do really well there, so that gives you a great gauge, doesn't it? And they weren't catching loads, so I just plodded along, and it got harder and harder as the day went on. I had one little run on meat short, caught a few fish on that. Probably, to be fair, I probably caught £50 in like half an hour, 40 minutes.
Wow.
And that was with 2 hours to go, and I thought, right, this is it now.
Yeah.
And then I caught 2 more fish on that the rest of the match. And again, it was just an odd mugger again for the rest of the match. But an odd mugger at Oaks is like a lot of fish compared to most places. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Maybe not quite as many as that. But I finished up with, I think, maybe 60 carp for £222.
Wow.
Which put me third. Which, to be honest, most places that would win you the match, wouldn't it? But I was third.
So who's beat you?
John McGarrell won the match. He had £250 off Sycamore Lake. Okay. And then Les Sylvester was second with 230 odd, 236.
Are these venue regulars? Are these venue regulars?
Yeah, they go there a fair bit.
Okay.
So that's obviously first, second, and third, 3 different lakes.
So where was Phil Sellers and?
Phil framed. He had 207. I think he was
Phil?
5th or 6th.
So you beat Phil on his pace?
Always beat Phil.
Oh, well,
always beat Phil. Well, yeah. So it was a brilliant match. The framers off all different lakes. I think you needed maybe £170 to win anything section wise. Great, always great fishing there, isn't it? Okay. Loads and loads of fish. Yeah. But I mean, while I struggled by on that average peg, I think you were sat on a flyer again, weren't you? Yeah,
53 on the Adams at Hayfield, big Adams, torn bank to the regulars. Well, it ended up a great evening. We've got there, and there was actually a match there before we started, well, previous to when we started, and it was a case of, when that happens, normally it fishes really well, so my plan changed slightly. So normally it'd be like, I've been catching on casters short and then maybe a margin line later on in the day. But because of the anglers have been there in the day, it seems to stir the venue up a little bit, and it just, I don't know, it just can be more positive. So you could see fish moving about. It definitely stirred it up, and I started on long pole shallow, and I basically ended up on long pole shallow.
What bait did you fish there?
So I just fished maggots shallow.
Maggots,
yeah,
right.
Fed about 3 or 4 pints, bunch of maggots on the hook. Started off, there was 1 or 2 fish moving around in the area before they actually started going into the baited area. There was some smaller fish moving about, and then as the evening went on, the bigger fish landed, and then
so that approach, I always find this really interesting when I read your match reports. You go to Hayfield, and like you said, you've been fishing casters short a lot. And that's why I asked what you fish shallow. I was thinking you probably didn't fish pellets like what most do, and I wouldn't think anyone else goes and fishes casters short or maggots shallow at Hayfield. What's made you do it?
I've done it in the past, previous visits to the venue. I've found it's just, some days it's just like turned it on a switch where I've been fishing casters and I've just struggled, and I've just changed to maggots, bunches of maggots on the hook, and they've just landed. They've just pulled fish in. I mean, the fish are there. They've not jumped out the lake because you're fishing with casters. They're still there, but it's just a case of sometimes, you know, that choice of bait is key.
Yeah.
So didn't manage to get into the margins. There was fish moving in the margins. Didn't fish my caster short line. That's been really good just recently. It's been a lot of skimmers on that short line. Been catching some nice runner skimmers, and I've been alternating that between the margin lines. Rob was next to me, dude. He's ended up third with 80 pound. He's a good local lad. He's caught up the edge. Big Sean next to me. He's caught the skimmers. He's targeted the skimmers, and he's caught them. As the day's gone on, he's had 1 or 2 carp on long pole as well. But you know, they wanted them maggots.
And what weight did you have?
I ended up with 186.
Oh, so you've had a big
weight. So yeah, 3
big
hours.
weight.
It's a good weight. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely fishing.
I've had some big fishing amongst them. You know, I've had some of them big Hayfield doubles like so. Fishermania's there this weekend. It'll probably be something similar. I can't imagine many people taking maggots, but it'll probably be similar to like most years. It'll be shallow with pellet fishing, but it is a good option.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something for anyone out there watching, and you're a prime example of it because I know you fish your own way
natural
everywhere,
baits,
really.
Yeah, that's right.
And
fish like natural baits.
Most places, everyone goes fishes pellets for carp, maybe meat, but I think you're a massive example of doing something different. Try do your own thing, and maybe it'll just work.
Yeah, I mean the caster short, to be honest with you, has been really good this year. I've never been there and gone fish caster short on the deck in 5-6 foot of water, and I've not been pestered with small fish. Yeah. Where this year it's every time it's like being pellet fishing. You just like literally just get a nice little positive dink, and there's like big skimmer or even carp. You know, the other week I drew on Little Adams 33 and had a lovely evening's fishing, just fishing casters, single caster, not feeding pint and a half in 3 hours, so not overdoing it with bait. But no, it's good.
It's lovely fishing.
Yeah,
so, back out again this week, hopefully, yeah?
Yeah, this weekend I'm going down to Hayfield Lakes. I'm not quite sure what lake it's on. I'm hoping it's Falcon because I didn't do so well there the other week. Come up short down there. 2 Sundays ago, £95. You needed 120 to frame. Got my juices going down there again because I do enjoy it down there.
Brilliant venue.
Yeah. And you yourself?
I think I'm going to go to Syke House on Friday. Not somewhere I've ever really been, and possibly Oaks Sunday. So hopefully a weekend full of fish for us both, and hopefully we'll have another good update maybe next week.
And everybody going to Hayfield on the Fishermania. Just going to enjoy it and look forward to seeing who's going to win that big prize.
Yeah, good luck to all them, and I certainly wish I was there.